In an earlier video called Globetardia versus Flat Earth, we talked about the physics of the Earth and how it's got a spinning ball magically on a tilt, magically going around the sun without getting sucked in or pulled out. All the other planets doing their flipping epicycles and ellipses. It's total bullshit. It's all bullshit. I can break it all down to a simplistic form with the one central vortex. And recently, I was reading some old information. Probably might have been an old Bible. Those very old Bibles, 90% of the words are all connected to religion. Because you've got to understand, at the end of the day, religion is physics. Our whole realm comes out of this. It's like when physicists tell you that everything can go back to the size of an apple or something, this explosion or whatever. Everything traces right back to this nucleus. And our whole realm is based on creation. We imitate creation. Everything on earth has something to do with the creation story. If you fully understand the flat earth model, you will grasp it. But until then, you'll never will. So, you got the spinning ball out there on a magical tilt, doing this magical revolution around the sun. All along, the sun moves with the planets in the flat earth system. The sun moves. They've basically frozen the sun, used it as a focal point, and then created all these ellipses. Because the sun on the horizon of the black hole will give it the offset cycle, wouldn't it? If they're going around the sun. So that's what they've come up with, these ellipses, because it's going around the sun. They don't talk too much about the black hole being right at the centre, though. And this is the whole thing with their bullshit story. It's all lies. Everything is centred on the black hole centre. Our true sun is sitting here on the horizon of the black hole. I don't have another. Like the head of a baby. Because it all goes back to the Christ baby Jesus story. The black hole is the centre of the universe, not the sun. And the sun moves around the horizon of the black hole. That's your 360-degree, 24-hour day. Okay? And down inside the hole, this is the 2D plane. Okay? Something like this. You got a 3D vortex. Earth came about when the 3D vortex was formed. When the sun up here, when the sound in the hole, the vortex, created the right frequency, bang, illuminated the star. Like solar luminescence, okay? It's illuminated now. And that illumination gave us all the 3D depth and magnetism. And Earth just appeared from this out into a toroidal field, only because of this illumination. So you could say we all live in this illuminated realm below the plane. But you've got to imagine a toroidal field that comes out of this center point. And the Milky Way comes into the center of the black hole, and that's our umbilical cord to our 3D realm. So our 3D realm has come from the vortex. The vortex is 3D, represents 3D, and this is where the moon is created. The female, the feminine in the V. That's mentioned in these old stories too, like the picture of the Last Supper. The theologians know that V between Christ and Mary represents the feminine, the V shape. They know the V shape represents the feminine. So it's the 3D, it's the magnetic, and up here is electromagnetic, the males. All on the planet, all the concentric circles are the planets. They are male and female, X and Y chromosome, like the male. That's why religion is all about the male finding his lost Lilith that got taken away from here. So when we're all born into this world as males, we are separated from the feminine. And the story is rebirth. The whole religious story is about finding a way back to this place of singularity where you gain your feminine aspect again. Like when people say, oh, what happens when you die? Do you go back to your wife? No, when you die, you become singularity again, back to singularity. You're one, male and female. But as soon as you're born into the physical realm, you are separated. Female is secondary to male. The male is X and Y. The female just has the two X's, right? But in the spiritual religious story, when this man is illuminated and finds his way back, there's a woman on earth that has the same effect. She is also, this is all spiritual stuff, but let's get back to the flat earth, the basic stuff. Okay? So you've got the 2D plane with all the concentric circles, which represent the planets. Okay? You've got the 3D vortex below, which is the S curve with all the stars in it. They do this S curve over the night to go back up during the day. That's the cycle. It's figure 8 if you're looking at it 3D. It depends on which angle on Earth you're looking at it from, takes you back to magnetism. And these videos by Marco Zucchini, San Usi or whatever his name was. There it is, Malcuni. Mario Malcuni, and all that, he calls them the magnetic orbitals. All the magnetic cycles within the system, seen from different perspectives, different angles. And that takes you back to my previous video regarding the gingerbread man and the fig leaf. Okay? So all these planets do not do ellipses, the concentric circles circling the black hole. And on the horizon of the black hole is the sun, also doing a circle with the planets. They're all male and female. Now, that sun, this is back in the vortex, this is the sun of creation, not the image we see out there that Triple Crow 7's videoing. The actual one back at the other end of the Milky Way, hidden in the centre Arctic, turning. It's connected to the Milky Way. The Milky Way is the clock arm that swings around the northern hemisphere of our realm and then is mirrored to the other hemisphere. So just concentrate on the northern hemisphere. Swings around. So if that clock arm swings around, it's quicker because it's the sun getting the most energy on the horizon of the black hole. That's where the energy comes from. Comes out in a wave form, the ecliptic plane, circular, concentric circles, ecliptic plane, energy from the center, dilating out. Okay? So the sun has the most energy in this Milky Way as it's swinging around to give you your 24-hour day. It will catch up to the moon and it will catch up to a planet eventually. And they all work in cycles. We know the sun catches up to the moon twice per month, new moon and full moon, to have it locked into the Milky Way. Well, what happens if you get a planet caught in there at the same time? All frequency based. Planets male and female, the sun is male and female, the moon is just XX. What's going to be cancelled out? What light will be cancelled? Think about it. This is how we get eclipses. Okay, it's a trinity. The sun, the mother, and the, what do they say? Father. I don't know. Anyway, you've got the Father, the Son, because the Father's the black hole. The sun on its horizon is the sun, S-U-N or S-O-N. Father. Arabic is spelled F-A-T-H-A. Father, whole or something. They got it right. And then you got the mother, Mary. Okay, remember all this can all collapse back. The 3D vortex collapses back to a 2D plane. But you've got to imagine the separation, because this has created our realm. The 3D depth, ferrocell, magnetic depth, we're all in there. It's all fully explained. The whole flat earth model can't be debunked because everything about it matches our known physics. We just don't spin a big bullshit story with all these magical tilts and balls flying around other balls and all that sort of stuff. The planets don't get pulled in with their gravity bullshit about mass attracting mass. Nothing gets attracted. All they're doing is referring to the golden ratio that spirals in and then back out again. Everything works on the golden ratio because it's all related to the vortex. The vortex, everything spirals in an S cycle, doesn't it? Back to the centre, then spins back out wide again. So it's out wide, comes into the centre. Goes back out wide, comes back into the centre. No matter how wide the vortex is, no matter how high it is, there's only one S cycle in the centre. S down, S up, put them into a 3D, you've got the figure 8. No matter which angle you look at it, it's a vortex, a figure 8. Excuse me. Excuse me. So that's it. That's the flat Earth model. You've got all your planets on the concentric circles. And one day they meet up inside the Milky Way for a solar eclipse. You got the five main planets. So that's the whole creation story. They don't delve into Uranus and what's the other one? So yeah, they don't mention those at all really for some reason. Maybe they were way beyond in this new cycle of time. Because the Bible wasn't about what had been, it was what is to come. And it becomes a manual for one of these initiates, okay? It's all about what is to come. Don't always refer to it as what has been, even though the stories might be old style stories. Excuse me. It's reoccurring. It's why the Bible has to be kept. It's a manual. Okay? The Christ return. What's the return? It's not this guy these religious people are worshipping. You don't worship an idol. It's a return of Christ. Return of the Son. Return of the Son in a certain sign that's connected to your birth. And you've got within the man, return of this Christos through the system. Up and down, like their spiral. To go up and down. Man is of the earth. What happens up there happens down here. Over the season, the sun is moving north and back. Well, it's the same system's going up and through your body. It gets to a certain point and you need some salt. It mentions salt in the Bible, doesn't it? Salt. As you come into your spring, make sure you're having a good old dose of this. And you might be one of the lucky ones that receives what the Bible is describing, what it's all about. Salt. The minerals your body is lacking at that time of the year. And that's all connected to what Santos Bonacci talks about, the cell salts requiring the other 3 that you missed during your conception of 9 months. You're missing 3 parts of the zodiac. 3 parts are missing. The cornerstone the builders rejected. And this is what rebirth is all about. Gaining those 3. Making you whole. Making you God-like. Okay? So, getting a bit more metaphysical, spiritual here. Flat Earth. Flat Earth. Realising all the celestial bodies are projections into the moisture-filled atmosphere. Nothing is physical. The sun is seen in many places, but only the sun is in many places, but only seen in one. Each man sees his own image of the sun. It's his focal points with his eyes. Focus point, the focal point, in his arc of horizon. Every man has his own personal arc of horizon within his 3D depth perception of the light, just like the ferrocell. There you see the 3D depth on that one magnet. You've got the same thing for one man out to the horizon. Then everything starts falling down into the plane of inertia. So all images will start disappearing into the plane of inertia because the magnetic field is disappearing, is receding down into the field, the flux. We all live in the flux. The flux. Earth being the magnet, we dwell in the flux, the electromagnetic flux. You can't get out of it. You can't leave the flux. It no longer exists. You can't get out. I'll leave it at that. I'm going to go do some work. Okay. Catch you later.